What's up, everybody? It's Ember here, and welcome back to a new episode of Satisfactory. In the previous episode, we have worked relatively hard on getting this base a little bit more beautiful with the foundation and the hypertubes. But in this episode, we are going to make a motor factory. Not only just the motor factory, we're also going to incorporate the steel beams, steel pipes, and encased steel beams into that motor factory. So it's gonna build motors and also the other basic steel items. But before we do that, we'll need a little bit of equipment with us. So definitely we'll need. You know what? I'll empty my pockets first, and then we'll stock up on some building materials. Yeah, I have a type of foundation that I know how I want to work with motors. So we're gonna build these bastards. So I really know how I want to do things already. So that's good. But it takes a little bit of time, which is more fun to us. I also don't really need screws, but hey, that's okay for now. All right, so yeah, if we look at our right hand screen, so I'll grab one more of these. To the right, we are not really doing power expansion, but we've done the blueprints, and we are going to work on the encased beams and motors. And after that, place the power towers, and we already have the zipper, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that is what we are going to do right now. Let's grab that. That should be more than enough. Maybe one of these. And then some basic materials. We can't really make any heavy modular frames anymore. For now. We probably really need a lot of these. Not sure though. Rods. How are we on rods? Yeah, just one more stack. And then get some reinforced iron plates. I think we're good on modular frames, actually. We're also pretty good on reinforced iron plates. Got quite some rotors. What am I really missing? Except for steel beams that are being produced right now. All right, so yeah, the steel beams are being made. I think we can definitely go to... Yeah. We can go to work on our factory now. And the factory is going to be built in this area that we've already kind of laid out. So it's going to be in this area. And we're not having enough steel beams for now. So with that being said, this one is really full of steel pipes. So I want to change things up a little bit. I want to... Alright, so... Again, this takes up 6 per minute. Yeah, 6 per minute. So I'm gonna make that into steel beams. And we need this to be 6 per minute. So that shall be this. And then this one can go to 100% steel beams. Because we have a lot of steel pipes. We are actually building the steel beam factory right here. And I want... Yeah, we really need a lot more steel beams for now. So... Ooh, that's not nice. Can I give that back? And give that back. Yep. Yeah, so we're now building a little bit more steel beams for the Mark III belts. All right. All right. Let's see. Customizer. Make this all a concrete foundation. Alrighty. And then we are going to start off. So we'll let this run in the background, and then later on we'll delete that because it's using the nodes for this factory. Yeah, let's start off with a 10 by 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're having more. That's good. That's good. All right, probably, yeah. All right, so this is the 10 by 10 mark. This is a starting area. If we need to expand a little bit more on that side, we have the possibility to do that. All right, for our factory, we have 4 inputs. Yeah, we have 4 inputs. We have concrete, iron, coal, and we have the copper node over here. We're gonna run them underneath this factory, so underneath this flooring. And so I want to start off with just a little bit of room on the right hand side. You never know what you need that for. And we are going to maybe change this up a little bit. Those are actually okay-ish. These aren't. What's that? Oh, that's all right. All right, we can do that, and then blueprints. We made our beautiful blueprints in the previous episode. If you haven't seen that one, please do, so you now know. We cannot bind these? Is that I thought you could bind to the hotbar. Alright, I don't know how to bind those to the hotbar. I thought you could bind blueprints to a hotbar. Alright, never mind. Blueprints, and then we'll do constructors first. But before we do that, let's get our conveyor hole. That is not anymore on 0. And let's put that one in here. So what I'd like to do is get the constructors for concrete, get them in line with this conveyor hole. And I think I want to place it right there. So this is actually relatively well placed. Yeah, and we already have the everything set up. The thing is that the amount of concrete that we're using is probably only 30. I'm not gonna set all of them right away, but I am going to do the appropriate amount of them. So let's delete that. Yeah. And the thing is that on the upper levels, we have to split up at a certain point let's delete that. We have to split up the steel pipes and steel beams later on. So these are for concrete. So these are already relatively good. They are connected now. So this is concrete. So raw concrete is coming in, and then the product is going to be sent upstairs for the encased beams. So it's concrete from limestone. That's what that is. All right, I eventually set them up. Yeah, 30. All right, so now that we have the concrete done on the first floor, let's start working on the next one. All right, the next one are the 6 foundries. It's a relatively big build, so we're going to place the foundries that we've, again, made in the previous episode in line with this conveyor hole. And I think this is actually not good. That one. Right, I want to place the splitters on top of this little area there. And so we know that it's aligned now, but we also know that we need a second inlet for the iron or for the coal. Depends on what we're going to put that. Yeah, all right, that's good. Now let's align these. And so yeah, here you can see the power of... that's not aligned properly. Here you can see the power of the blueprints. That really shines here. All right, so yeah. Actually, almost all the foundries set up and the power to them. And that's why it's really good to work on your... let's keep that in line. I think this is... that's the proper way to do it. Yeah, so now we have all the... is that off? No, that's okay. Now we have all the foundries already set up. We'll just have to connect the two blueprints to each other. And we are good on foundries. That's how it works. So almost the lower level completed. Now let's work on wire. I think I need a little bit more room for this. So I think I'll, even though it feels a little bit strange, I think I'm going to set up the smelter a little bit over on this side. The reason that I want to do that is because we have to split up assemblers on top of these or constructors, because we're making steel beams and pipes. All right, let's get this one going. So this is the... excuse me, this is the wire part. The thing that I did forget in the previous episode, or rather didn't work on in the previous episode, is that we haven't used any, how do you say that, inversed type of these. So if I want this to be on this side and the splitters on, so the manifold on this side and then the smelters on this side, I have to turn this blueprint around, but also turn all the mergers and splitters around. So you can work on that in your own build, so that makes it a little bit easier. All right, let's see. We need 3 smelters actually, so we have 1 too many. There we go, and lead this a little bit. So these are the 3 smelters, and remove the cable there. Cool. This is already the lower part of the factory done. I am going to place the walls here. I think this was the starting one. Yeah. So yeah, we have quite some room in the back end of this. I'm just going to do the sides because you don't know how far... and you, by the way, can also make this scalable. You can just increase the amount of foundries and the other stuff with that. All right, let's do that. All right, I'm going to do this just by these, just to save up a little bit of iron plates, because yeah, this factory is going to be relatively big. All right, can I? Yes, I can. I want to do different foundations, by the way. I thought we had the glass foundations, which is steel beams and concrete. How are our steel beams, by the way? Okay, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Still, we need a lot more, but I actually would like to use this one. Right, so we're a little bit bigger than 10, as we've noticed. And I would like to use the glass foundations for this build. We can always change it up, so let me know what you think of these. If you don't like them, let me know. I'll change them right away before we head back up. Ooh, that is a little bit harder now. We are going to do the outlets. Is that straight up? Let's see. No, it's not. So the other ones are a little bit easier to manage. Is that straight up? Yeah, that is straight up. All right. There we go. Now let's get that one in here. So the reason I put it right on top of this one is not only because we can then keep that inflow and outflow on the same height or level. The other reason is that I don't have the inverse blueprints. So the thing is, I actually have to use this because we can then work on this side again. And the same goes for the foundries. Otherwise, your whole build is going to end up on the left side. So for example, if your whole factory is 5 levels up and you're always working and you're always putting your conveyor on this side, you're in the end going to work on the left hand side if you're not having the inverse blueprint. So that is why I'm doing it like this. That could be lower, by the way. I think it's around there. Right. Nope. So that is too low. I think this. Alright, so one click down. And then we have the inlet and the outlet on the same height, which is fabulous. Alright, this just needs one more outlet. So I'll place it actually there. That should be good. Like that. Nope, my bad. Just one tick down. And we almost have our bottom floor of our factory completed. Actually, right now, we'll set the recipes later. But that is looking good, and we also have space to walk through this this factory. All right, let's get to the next floor. Yeah, so here we have the inlets. So from 4 we have now 3 inlets. So we have the copper ingots getting from this side, getting in from that side, the steel, and the concrete that is now going to be passed to the next. Yeah, oh, I was looking at the pattern. It would be horrible if you're doing horizontal stripes and then vertical ones. So yeah, not being really careful with our steel beams. That's okay. That's okay. Cool. All right. And then we can look into our factory. That is relatively cool. So if we are to make the next one, this one, the conveyor hole. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. Already laying the foundations for the next. For the next floor. All right. So for this one, it's really easy. We're just gonna put one right on top of there and going to push that through there. All right, because that is just raw concrete going to the assemblers up top for the how do you say that, for the encased steel beams. Cool. Now this one is going to be a little bit more tricky. Not this one though. So we'll start off with the least tricky one, which is blueprints. And then I think constructors. We need 3 constructors. Yeah. Now getting this in the middle is really tough. I think that is actually good. That is actually good. Alright, so these are going to make wire. And if I am correct, we'll need 5 constructors. Yeah. 5 constructors making wires 15. Yeah. That is correct. See what I mean? So that would be horrible. This one and then that one. So how... Yep. There we go. All right, a little bit extended. Alrighty. Come on. Yeah. There we go. All right. Floor almost done. We need one more. So let's grab the blueprint. Ooh, and I noticed that I forgot something. We'll fix that right away. We're missing steel beams for this one. All right, then, yeah, let's grab some. We'll need some eventually, so. Yep. Let's grab that. Let's grab this. And let's get back up top. So yeah, I wanted a little bit more room in the front so that we can maybe make some scaffolding or some nice stairways for the next one. I'm going to actually do it like this. There we go. That is, I think, okay. Now let's get this on the same level. And there we go. We'll just have to do the wiring. That is also the thing that we forgot downstairs. That is correct. But I think I forgot to connect some wires over here. There we go. And that is it actually. All right, let's get back up top. And we have now the wire constructors all done. We needed 5 of them. And I'm counting 5. And we'll fix this one later when we have the foundation. All right. Next one. The harder part of this. And that is doing 2 rows of constructors. So we're splitting up this. We could also do, no, we're going to split them up to make it easier for ourselves. Doing a splitter that we can put on top of this. And then start with a blueprint of constructors. Yeah, something like that. I want to start working on this side. I think that is nice. And then we have some on this side. I think that is nice. A bit more room in front of that. And now we can split these up. Ah, this is what I meant. So, yeah, that is what I meant. We have not done this in reverse. We could do it like that, but that would be, yeah, not so nice. And then we have to reroute everything back here. So the better option is to change these. Change these around. Yep. And then change these around. So that's why it really pays to have the inversed versions of your blueprints. Yeah, not my forte, talking and thinking at the same time, but that is good. All right, we have that turned around. Now let's get the splitters also in the right way. That is nice and nice. Cool. Let's connect everything together. Invalid shape. Ooh. Yeah. That was my bad. So this is the way. That is the way. There we go. And now we can connect them. All right. So now we have the inverse part of that one made on this side. Now let's see, how many would I need? I needed... so we're going to make pipes over here and beams over there, so that the concrete and the beams can then be made up there, and the pipes and the wire can then be put into stators and rotors. Oh yeah, we have to activate our rotor alternate recipe. So we need 4 constructors for the pipes, and we need actually just 3 for the beams. There we go. All right, this part is now, if I am correct, all done, all set up. Let's see. So now we're going to change it up a little bit. Yeah. And then we're gonna funnel our invalid belt shape. Or overlapping. Yeah. All right. No worries. Clipping may occur, but it looks really good, to be fair. All right, those are the beams. Now let's get some wire and pipes in there. Conveyor lift hole. I'm going to put it on top of this one and also on top of this one, so we can then get them together. There we go. All right, let's do that from this side. It's a little bit better. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's yellow, but I think this is actually really good. So far, so good, I feel like. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but it feels that we are really doing a good job here. Isn't that way over? That's actually pretty good. Yeah. All right, let's get a little bit higher. I did make that. Cool. The beams are the correct way. There we go. Let's make that foundation. Yeah. All right, inlets. We now have 4 again, so we have wire, pipes, beams, and concrete. So that's good. Can now finish this area off. We're going to need some steel beams. Expensive foundations, that is. But that's why we put everything on... My bad. Put everything on steel beam for now. All right, this is already looking pretty good. Doing a pretty good job, and we really let those blueprints work for us, huh? All right. Now there's a tricky part here, and that is actually trying to put the overflow of pipes and beams into the respective containers. So that is something we'll have to really work on. We're doing 1 story higher, so we're already on the 3rd level, but I want to do to keep everything as clean as possible. All right, the wires are coming from this area, and the pipes are coming from this area. So we are going to place 4 assemblers in a particular row. I think... yeah, we have to funnel this back to each other. You know what? We'll do the middle. So this is 1, 2, 3. All right. The middle is going to be pretty hard, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks. Sometimes you just have to play something to see, all right, does it look good or is it really horrible? For now, I think this is nice. All right, we're going to place one behind this one. The reason is we'll need a total... ooh, no. We're making a little mistake over here. Yeah, we're making a little mistake over here. But we'll fix that. Because I still want the... I thought I could do the stators and rotors in succession. You technically could, but if something goes awry or... you want to maybe make it scalable, then you are not able to anymore. So, you know what? I really want to split them up. So we need 2 assemblers. I know we're making 3, but we're going to delete the latter ones. We're going to for a little bit more space, actually. So I like this. So these are going to make the... yeah, stators or rotors, it doesn't matter. And we need cable. Yep, we need cable. You can actually delete the ladder part. Not that one, actually. There we go. This is actually the overflow line. So we're gonna make sure that the pipes are coming in from this side, and that the yeah, that is what we're going to do. I'm not sure if I have enough cables right now. Yeah, we do actually. I don't want to do this inversed, but I normally would. But we are going to make this in the same kind of way. Just want to align everything and give it a little bit space. Let's lock that hologram. Yeah, that looks good. So this is all aligned. Yeah, that looks good. And this is also... ooh, does it? No, we need it a little bit to this side. Yeah. Now it's nice and aligned. Looking good. Let's build that. Cool. We need also 2 assemblers for those. So we can delete that. And we're also going to put the overflow, kind of the overflow, and merge into this one. We could also get the overflow into the first splitter. We'll see how that works. We'll see how that works. We'll also have to let it run to see if that is good. So if that is any good, actually. So yeah, here we have the rotors, and here we have the stators. And then we need one more assembler up top for the motors. And we need... Not sure if it's a constructor or an assembler that's going to make the encased ones. I think it's going to be an assembler, isn't it? Yeah. So that is really nice. We can do one assembler. And let's keep the way of things the same. I'll place that. If I place it here, it's yeah, a little bit too close. So let's place the middle part on this side. Hate that. Love that. Yeah, that's better. Then get the splitters in here. This one wasn't aligned, that was what I thought. There we go. What am I doing? Am I doing this correctly? I don't think so. Definitely not. But I could do just this. Just for that one. Yeah, we can get this one at the same height. Just feed it through that. We have the straight mode, but I'm not sure. You know what? I want it as close as possible. There we go. That's nice. All right, these are the encased beams. And then we can... not sure how many those are. 1 second. All right, we're doing 5. We are doing 5 per minute. Perfect. Cool. We'll set everything else up later. So let's get to the next one. No, let's split this up actually. So for this one, we're going to do this. And this is actually already straight up there. Let's think about this. We can do this a little bit higher. Then we can set a splitter up top. Yeah, and then we can also set a splitter up here. Get this one in there. This is more beautiful. And then set a... Yep. Really happy that I did that. Otherwise, that we set those constructors up. Otherwise, it would be a pain. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Let's get the conveyor belts in here. How does that look? I don't like that. I want it to be right. That's better. All right. So we'll have the wire getting in. And now we can do that. And we can do that. All right, that looks great. That is awesome. We also have a little bit of movement over here. And yeah, in this front part, I want to make the scaffolding and everything else, or the industrial railing and stuff. It's going to be great. Cool. I think we have one more level to go. We're definitely going to be able to do it this episode. I was a little bit worried that we could or would not be able to make it. But I think we'll be able to get this up and running and see the first motors running through this factory. That is so cool and really sets us up for the later part of the game. Yep. Yeah. We do need to do an overflow of pipes. I was thinking about maybe... Yeah, I think I'm going to feed this, so we're kind of balancing it together now. No, we cannot put that in there. All right, we're just doing the... Could do smart splitters. How much is a smart splitter? Can I just change this one to a smart splitter? I don't think so. But I'm going to do that. I think that is the best option for now. Smart splitting and then overflowing the pipes. And then merging them later on. So left is any. Left is any. Center is overflow. Right is nothing. And we are going to do that on this side too. Yeah. And then we'll merge them. I think that is the best option right now. Smart splitting it. Same for this one. Left is any and overflow is right in front of that. Let's run a line towards... I think you can have better conveyor walls actually. Not sure. We'll also need a overflow. And we're already putting... Can we do 3? Yeah, why not? Why not? Conveyor wall 3 would be a little bit more beautiful. Alright. Let's put this there. I mean... Have I done this wrong? Yeah, this one. No worries. Come on. There we go. And then... we need a merger. There we go. That is nice. All right, we're overflowing pipes now down. Let's overflow the... because this is concrete and these are steel beams. Yeah. Can we do this a little bit more neat? I think we can. I think I am going to put a smart splitter here. Somewhere around here, that is better. Let's get that in there. And then any to the left. Overflow. And none to the right. And so those beams will now be... Let's do it a little bit better. Yeah, we're forgetting one thing. And these are a little bit too close to each other. So we'll need to make separate ones. Let's get the walls and then these two of them. I think now we can do that. And get the merger in there. There we go. Now if we run a line, then that is a bit better. Yeah, we won't be clipping the smart splitter. Or the merger, my bad. Alright. Uh-oh. Other way around. Just connecting everything together is already almost... Yeah, we're already working on the output is what I meant to say. Cool. Now we have the encased beams. We have pipes over here. And now we are going to do the overflow of beams. Is this? That's better. And then last, there we go. All right, we have all our basic steel is having an outlet now from the factory out. Now let's get stators. Let's get the stators and the rotors. Uh-oh. Just see what I see. There we go. Have to do it the right way. Yeah. It's better. Okay, can do this a little bit better. We also need cables, so let's run up top again. Oops. Let's run up top. I think we really did a good job getting the materials beforehand so that we didn't have to make this run any longer. Yeah, we're around the 15-minute mark for this episode, so that's pretty good. And we are actually almost at the end of getting everything to work. We still have to do all the inputs. So we're going to set everything and every part of machine into the correct amount of working order, if you catch my drift. And then we're going to do the inputs. Right, let's get cable. I had a feeling we already went through quite a lot of them. We still have we have a decent amount of everything else except for the beams, of course. All right, enough wire. Definitely enough wire. How's this one going? This is the only one we're not sinking. Yeah, we all have that. I think this is it. We just needed the cable. yeah, let me know if it is faster to put more of these conveyor or these supports, because getting back up again is a little bit longer. It takes a little bit longer. Let's get the beams. Nice. Very nice. Got a lot of steel pipes. Alright, this is already looking pretty good. I also want to make this factory more beautiful, if we have a possibility to do that. Yeah, so let's get this one going. We have this. That works for that one. But it doesn't work for this one, because otherwise we'll be... Oh, it does. Yeah, yeah. Alright, that is cool. That is cool. Can actually make it on top of this one. I think that was the height. Not sure. Maybe I could be a little bit too low. I am too low. Is that the correct height? Yeah, that is. Alright, so these are, for example, the stators. Forgot the rotors. I forgot the rotors. Let's get you sorted out. That is really cool that it... Yeah, that's nice. Alright, I think we have set this one up. We're definitely going to look for those red flashing ones, just to be sure that we have connected everything to power. I think the other assemblers are good. And this is our biggest build so far, so that is really cool. And yeah, biggest build so far. Biggest build so far, but also yeah, really a nice layout already. Really nice layout already. Love that. Love that. And then we can maybe put a double-sided outlet on this side instead of in the front. This is just me trying to figure something out. Not sure. Not sure how it looks. Goes over those, so that is good. All right, nice. Yeah, we could run them all on this side. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, we have the stators and the rotors, which we are going to get right now. So yeah, getting back up top is a little bit harder. Do tell me if it helps putting more of those... how do you call them actually? The wall supports. To make it a little bit faster. Because otherwise this would be one of the limiting factors. Right, steel rotors. So happy that we got that alternate recipe in the previous one. If I didn't get that, we would have another episode of me running around getting the hard drives. But luckily that was not the case. The ma'am. Take a little sip of coffee. The ma'am hard drive steel rotor is right there. Be beautiful. Be beautiful. Cool. That's a nice looking factory. Nice box over there. Definitely not the end product. Definitely not the end product. But for managing this factory, I will have it open on the front for a little while until the time comes that we have enough of the coupons to make it more beautiful. Okay. Let's make a few more foundations so that we have enough room for the last assembler. We do have enough room. for the last assembler. I think I'll actually use the blueprint already, so that we have everything connected. Yeah. All right. I was just thinking about how we are going to set up the inputs. This could be a little bit close to the edge, but we'll see. We'll see. That is too close. You can nudge him a little bit more to the back. That's nice. These will be removed. This is actually good. Yeah, let's remove the last ones. There we go. No overflow. Yeah, and this one is just a straight output towards the edge. That is a little bit crooked. We have nothing underneath us, I hope. I think those outputs are over there. Yeah, that is good. So let's get a wall in there. There we go. There we go. Let's... There we go. Now let's get this at the exact height. Feel like that's this height. Got it facing the wrong way around. I think it's around here. Let's see. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's the exact height. Nice. And this will be the motor. Cool. Get the tree high. We need a little bit more concrete. We'll work on that later on. What am I doing? Yeah, we need a little bit more concrete. At least it can have its power now. We'll do the outlet. Where is that other wall outlet? It's over here. That's nice. Double wall outlet. Right over there. Let's connect that. All right, and now we're going from top to bottom and get everything set up correctly. Let's see. Gotta open up my notes here. Alrighty. We need motors. We're gonna make 5 a minute. That is enough for now. We don't have that much to work with for now. So for this stage of our playthrough, that is more than enough. Getting 5. We don't even really need them right now, but we'll need them in the next phase. I think everything is connected here. So let's see. We have the alternate rotors. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have alternate rotors. And we need that for both of the them. So we are making 10 each, which is correct for the 5 motors. So here we are making stators. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of time to back this one up and so that this one gets filled up. That's why I did the least amount of wires over here. So for the rotors and for the stators, it will get into this, fed into this one faster. This is Encased Beams. We already put that one in there. That's good. All right, this is now wire. Yeah. This is already wire. I have to check how much wire we are going to make. That is the one I didn't write down. 1 second, please. So we're making 140. Yeah, we're making 140. So it's 140. So it's 120. So this needs to be 10, if I am correct. So it's 10. Again. Yeah, so it's 120 for the 4. 120, so this needs to be 20. There we go. Let's review that one more time. Yeah, that's perfect. We got that one figured out. All right, the wire is already set up. Let's connect the... It's a little bit crooked, I think, but that is okay. That is okay. Also a little bit crooked, but I love it nevertheless. I like that this one is really straight, but we had to change this one up a little bit because of that. All right, no worries. We have done the wire. Now we have 4 and 3. We need 3 constructors for these steel beams. And the amount of beams that we need to make is 35. So this is 30. This one needs to be set at 5. Cool. That one is also set up. And these are the pipes. I'll start with the one in the front first. So all are going to be pipes. We're making 20. We're making 20. So that's 40. That's 60. And we need 66 of them. Again, I work with Satisfactory Modular, which is available through Steam. I really like that program to set up our factories. So if you want me to showcase how that works, I'll definitely be able to do that for you guys. Yeah, everything is connected. I just need to put the double wall outlet here. I do want the double wall outlet to be a little bit straight in terms of all the other ones. So actually this one is the better one to get to that. Nice. Yeah, looks good. All right, and now the last floor, the bottom one. Let's set up this. Get the double wall outlet already in place. There we go. There we go. Cool. This is all going to be smelting copper. So it's going to be copper ingots, and we need 70 of them. Copper ingots. By the way, the reason we cannot make any more of the motors is also due to our limiting factor of Mark II miners, obviously, and the amount of nodes that we have available to us. So it's not just that. Cool, connected, and also that one connected. That is really cool. Just that one could be connected to All right, looks relatively good. We have copper set up. Now let's get to the foundries, which is a relatively strange number. Relatively strange number. Yeah, we have, let's see, we have 6 times 45. But the last one needs to make 44. And so we'll have a total of 239 steel ingots. 239 steel ingots are going through this foundry layout and then being fed into the hull of the factory. As I said in the previous episode, I like to see things moving in your factory. That's why I like to have it a little bit more open. This is concrete, and I think this is just 30 of them. And so we are bound to set everything up from underneath this area. And I hope that is visible to us, so that we can work with that. Yeah, we can now put everything in. So concrete is going to be over there. Yeah, concrete is going to be over there. We are going to put iron over there and coal over here. For example, it doesn't really matter which one. And we are going to put the copper over here, which is already on this side. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is how we are going to get that concrete into this area, but it is what it is. Okay, I can see that we have a little bit of customization problem. But that's all sorted out right now. All right, let's grab ourselves a little bit more supplies from up top. Just want to make sure that we have all the necessary miner mark tools. I think I am going to delete this. Oof, almost got sucked in. Yeah, we need to get a little bit more up top. You know what? Let's leave that for now. And we are going to connect everything. It's a rather long one, this episode, but we want to see everything. See everything working. Rather long one, but hey, we have made a big factory for now. Yeah, gonna grab some portable miners. I think modular frames and everything is already good. Already good on that part. Let's see how many modular frames we're actually making. Okay, yeah, really good. Ooh, let's look at those smart plating. They could be backing up already. I hope they're not. No, they're not. All right, we should actually keep an eye on that. Nope. We need a lot of smart plating during our playthrough. So that's why I want them being... have them already made. We can always sync the amount that we really have. So we have 1800 already made. We need around 4.5. All right, let's get... I thought my two were here. And let's grab some concrete. Make a few portable miners. Yeah, that's here. Almost got lost for a second. We already have two, of course. That is something I forgot. We can always put them into the coal node himself to power up our truck with the amount of fuel that we have at this moment. Or the type of fuel that we have at this moment. Alright, let's get back down and connect everything. And start our factory. Our motor factory. Really cool. Fully scalable too, by the way. You can just elongate and upbeef everything. I really like the input, that it's all consistent with each other. That is really good. I really like that. Cool. Enough gazing. Let's connect everything. Alright, that is done. I'm going to... Not yet. Just let him build a little bit. Let him build a little bit. Alright, let's see. Can we get down here? Yeah. Let's build the Mark II miner. And let's set it up this way. There we go. I think I want to get one there and put a conveyor hole in there. That is wrong. Got it reversed. And now connect that one to that. Belt is too long. No way. That's so annoying, actually. That is annoying. How can we fix that? How can we fix that? How can we fix that? Let's see, let's see. All right, we're going to work with a little bit of foundations then to make it more beautiful. You know what? I think I'm going to end it this episode because otherwise it's going to take way too long. I'm sorry. We have come a long way, but we are definitely going to finish this our most beautiful, our most big factory, if you will, in the next episode. So I want to thank you all for watching this episode of Satisfactory, the Motor Factory episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe for more Satisfactory content. If you got any tips, tricks, or ideas, drop them in the comments. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Satisfactory, and we're gonna finish this factory right there. All right, I'll see you in the next one. This was Embrun. See ya.